and welcome back to part 2 of the Wild Atlantic Way Cycling Challenge, where we'll be following Johnny Oosten and Pat McGowan as they continue their journey from Clifton in County Galway to Kinsale in County Cork. Johnny, we have arrived at our final destination in Kinsale in County Cork. Tell me a little bit about how the last week has been for you.
First of all, thank God we finally got there. It's Sunday evening, the last day in August, yes, and as you quite rightly say, Caroline, we've arrived at our destination here, Kinsale, the harbour port in County Cork. Yes, I mean, it's hard to believe, Caroline, I mean, 2 weeks have flown by. We kicked off on the 17th of August in Derry, and it's hard to believe those 2 weeks have flown so fast. Picking up the story from Clifton, and we stayed at a beautiful location. In fact, Tony and the staff at the Mulree Hotel in Tullycross looked after us, and his food there was just so supreme, and the accommodation was just fantastic.
Absolutely delighted to welcome On Your Bike to Save a Life crew who are cycling the Wild Atlantic Way. We're only delighted to be able to offer a very, very small recompense in putting them up for the night. Truly deserved after the long cycle from, I think they came all the way from Westport yesterday. The hotel has been here 20 years. When I was a young lad, trotting up and down to school up along the road here where the cars are just passing by us. This was a butcher shop, a home. A local man bought it and built into a hotel, and I've been here, I've taken over 3 years ago now. So we're absolutely blessed to live here on the Rinval Peninsula. Very, very quiet, serene area. We have beaches, we have the beautiful mountains. Connemara National Park is only 2 miles up the road. Carmar Abbey is only just over the road, less than 5 minutes away. The walks, the swimming, the serenity, the calmness, bring people here all year round. So that's how long we're here, 3 years.
Where was the stage then from Clifton then on to?
It was on to Galway,
okay.
And this was a lovely stage. It was mixed weather again, but in fact it took us by the beautiful coastline of Roundstone, a beautiful scenic area, and Carna, and we went from Carna into Spiddle just before Galway, and then that took us into Galway City. Now that was our stop there, Galway City, on the Wild Atlantic Way. But we didn't stay in Galway City. We stayed with a friend of mine by the name of Brendan Dunleavy. And Brendan Dunleavy has a hotel in Clare Galway called the Arches. And there we stayed with Brendan, and again, you know, fantastic place to stay and well looked after.
We're delighted to help out with Pieta House and Johnny and the lads for this Wild Atlantic cycling challenge, and lovely to have them. Just happy to do anything we can help. You know, Pieta House is obviously an organisation that does absolutely fantastic work, and it's much needed in the country, and you know, any small help we can give, we're more than happy to give. You know, the Arches Hotel is a family-run business owned by the Dunleavy family. We've been in business here in one way or another for over 120, 130 years. So we're located nicely just outside of Galway City, about 6 miles from the city itself. The hotel is a lovely base for exploring the general area. Within an hour's drive of here, you can be in the Burren, you can be in Connemara, you can spend a day going around Galway City. We're also quite close to Cong and even on to Westport in that direction. So it's a nice base for a kind of a 3 or 4 day break where you get the best of the west of Ireland, let's say.
It's really great to be here today at the Archers Hotel here in Claregalway, to be able to say, I suppose, in person, a massive thanks to Johnny and to all of the crew here for doing the Wild Atlantic Way Challenge again, the cycle. It's been so successful so far, and just wanted to thank everybody who's supported by either putting them up in hotels on the way, and also for everybody who's really kindly donated to the cause. Just to let them all know that they're supporting a really worthy cause in Pieta. We provide free of charge one-to-one therapy for people who are in suicide ideation, people who self-harm, and for those who are bereaved by suicide, and also through our 24-hour helpline number, which is 1-800 24/7 24/7. The funds raised through the Wild Atlantic Way Challenge will all go towards that service and providing that service for everybody.
The next day, I believe you guys had a storm to battle.
Yes, Caroline.
Storm Francis, was that it?
Well, there were 2 storms. I can't remember the name of it. I think you're right. Storm Francis,
It hit hard then at that stage.
It hit very hard. And in fact, that journey, Caroline, I'll never forget. I suppose it's one of the things that stands out mostly from our journey this year would be cycling from Galway right down to Kilkee. And yes, I mean, you're going on the rugged coastline of Clare, and you're right, Storm Francis hit. Now, we were warned about the weather at this stage because I was awake the night before. I couldn't sleep with all the battering winds in the window and so on. But we had to get off the bikes. And it's no point in telling lies. There was no way that we could cycle for the full day, even though we did part of, in this weather, because I mean, we were putting our lives, Caroline, at danger, and oncoming traffic and so on. But it was one of the days that I will remember as the hardest day on the challenge. And I'm being honest when I said we had to go into the van at some stage because I mean it was impossible. But something I'll always remember. But saying that, the Clare coastline is as beautiful as ever, even in a storm.
Even in a storm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So after the storm died down, where was it next?
Yeah, then the following day I knew that we were going to be going by Doonbeg, so we decided, listen, why not stop off at Donald Trump's hotel and check out the golf links as well. And luckily on this particular day the sun was shining for a change, so we got a great welcome there, and we met up with Mr. Brian Shaw, and Brian showed us around the building, and not only that, but he showed us around the magnificent golf course.
Well, Johnny and the crew from On Your Bike to Save a Life, you're very, very welcome to our little piece of heaven here in Dugmore Bay, as you can see. Beautiful morning, waves are lapping. I've been here for nearly 20 years now, and was here really when we started, and we started putting shovels into the ground, and we developed this amazing resort. So it's a big piece of me and big piece of my life here, and I'm just so delighted to welcome you here. I want to wish you all the best. I think what you're doing in these circumstances is quite exceptional. Well, while here you can kayak and you can surf and sail and go dolphin watching and cliff walking, and I mean there's a heap of stuff to do in West Clare. You know, there's the Burren, we have music festivals, Willie Clancy being quite a famous one up in Milltown Malbay. Great traditional scene here in West Clare, great food scene as well. It's a great place to explore, and I just think it's one of Ireland's real treats.
I think our next stop, if I can remember, I'm forgetful of my old age now. I think we're heading to Tralee.
Tralee.
It was the Tralee, and
so you're leaving the Clare and then you're heading across then.
That's
by ferry. Was it by ferry to?
That's right. In fact, we had to go to, is it Killimer?
Killimer,
yeah. And there's a ferry crossing there in Killimer that runs every hour. And we made the crossing on the ferry, and brought us onto the Kerry border then. So we're leaving Clare and we're going into Kerry. And our destination was Tralee. Tralee is really beautiful, beautiful town, and we stayed in the Ash Hotel, well looked after there by Sarah and Kara, and we had a great time there as well, yeah.
Hi, my name is Kira Williams. I'm here to represent the Ash Hotel here in Tralee, County Kerry. We are delighted to be associated with On Your Bike to Save a Life Cycling Challenge. We are a 4-star modern boutique hotel here at the centre of Tralee town. We like to think ourselves as a hidden gem here in County Kerry, where you can travel to the likes of Dingle, you could do the Ring Kerry, Killarney, you have all the sights to see around.
My name is Conor O'Connor and I represent Pieta House here in Kerry. We're absolutely delighted to welcome On Your Bike to Save a Life here to the county today. In terms of Pieta House in Kerry, it's open roughly about 10 years. And we cover all of Kerry, and when you think of the money that you're raising, like every €1,000 will save a life within our organisation. So that gives someone up to anything between 12 and 20 counselling sessions. So if you can imagine the amount of lives that you will have saved with the cycle that you have done, we're absolutely appreciative. In times where it's extremely difficult to raise money, we absolutely appreciate what you've done for us here. So thanks a million.
We're here in Kieran's O'Reilly GA pitch here in the Kingdom in County Kerry on a beautiful sunny day, and of course I'm here with maybe the man who you could describe as the king when it comes to the Kingdom in Kerry. Michael Healy-Ray, how are you?
I'm good, and first of all I want to acknowledge Pieta House do excellent work up and down the length and breadth of this country. And it's very important that fundraising takes place for them. And I suppose one of the most determined fundraising efforts that could be made is for a group of cyclists to come along and organise themselves and do the 2,500 wonderful miles of the Wild Atlantic Way. And of course, when you are doing the Wild Atlantic Way, it's great, it's brilliant, but the best part of it is once you hit County Kerry. And I'm delighted to be here with Councillor Sam Locke in Cairns O'Reilly's field here in Tralee to welcome you, to congratulate you on your efforts and to encourage everybody that will encounter you along the way to look, everything is a help, every little donation that can be made. It's not about people giving big donations or corporate donations. It's about people giving the few euros that they're able to give, and we all at some stage or the other might benefit, or our friends or our neighbours or our family, from the work of Pieta House. So I hope that people will put their shoulder to the wheel with you and that you'll enjoy the experience of being in the best part of Ireland. And I would always encourage people, once it's legally proper to do so, to be in County Kerry.
On behalf of Kerry, I wish you well and every success in your fundraising, and I'm asking you, the people out there, to support them in any way that you can possibly do, be it €1 or whatever contribution you can give to support the lads on their journey to maintain that vital service that Pieta puts out there every day, 7 days a week and 7 nights a week. So please support them.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank you personally, and of course, not forgetting Michael Healy-Ray. So after leaving the Ash Hotel in Tralee, it was the Dingle Peninsula, and in fact it's something I can't forget because there was a big mountain down that way, a big pass. It's called Connor's Pass, and I knew about this for previous years and I wasn't looking forward to it, but we managed to get up there slowly but surely. Yes, so we got up into Connor's Pass and then down the far side, which brought us into Dingle. And I'm sure, like, for anybody who went to Dingle, Caroline, I mean, they have to go and see fungi.
Of course.
Yes, and we had a boat trip there, and we went out and we did see fungi. We did see fungi, and so we had a great time there on the Dingle Peninsula.
From there then, you guys then headed up to Milltown?
Milltown, yes, near Castlemaine, and up by, there's a place called Inch Beach there. Beautiful scenery there as well. And we stayed in a place called Larkins in Milltown. Milltown is a small town along the coast there, and James and Michael and the staff looked after us there as well, yeah.
So after then you left Milltown?
Yes, it was the Ring of Kerry, and it's famous for its cycling, races, and it is tough. The Ring of Kerry is tough, but you know something, the Ring of Kerry is beautiful, and I can see why they promote the Ring of Kerry so much. And that brought us along to Kinmare. Now we're in for a treat, Caroline, and I suppose it's something you can't forget either. I mean, there's a lady by the name of Irma we met there at the Happy Pig on the outskirts of Kinmare, and not forgetting Claudia as well. So we're well looked after there, and I must say, it's for anybody who hasn't been to Kinmare, I mean, if you're thinking of going to Kinmare, you know, the Happy Pig is worth looking at, you know. It's a nice place, well looked after again.
And Johnny, after you left the comforts of the Happy Pig, where was the next stop?
The next stop was Bantry, Caroline, if we can remember correctly. And it was a nice day for cycling, by the way. There was another big mountain range which we had to climb, and but the good part about it was the descent. And I suppose that gives us a chance then to recharge our batteries. Yes, and yes, it brought us the whole way, as you said there, right into Bantry, where we stayed at the Maritime. At the Maritime Hotel there. It's just on the docks there, and a beautiful promenade there in front of it as well. And yeah, very enjoyable indeed.
And then the last leg of your journey.
Today, this morning, yes, in fact,
yes.
was...
How did that start off?
Well, in fact, when I got up this morning, I thought to myself, God, I'm awful tired, I'll never make it today. And I looked out the window and said, God, I hope it's not raining. And it wasn't raining. It was really, really nice.
Glorious.
It was a glorious day, like this evening here in Kinsale. And a really enjoyable day cycling, no hills as such, and just passing by lovely little towns along the way, like Ballinspittle.
Stopped in to say the prayers.
And we stopped in, and I did say a quiet prayer. You mightn't have seen me, but I was saying a quiet prayer there. This evening here now, the sun is in Kinsale. I mean, this evening we're staying in Jim Edwards. Jim has looked after us and Liam on 2 occasions already, and we're staying there tonight. So, looking forward to meeting Liam and the staff again.
Hi, my name is Liam Edwards, and behind me I have my family business, Jim Edwards Restaurant. We're going to celebrate our 50th year next year. In Kinsale it is known as the gourmet capital of Ireland, and we're delighted to be part of this unique selling point that we have. We have many wonderful restaurants and hotels in Kinsale, and we offer the best food that you're going to have in the country. Obviously we're on the coastline. It's a very nautical town. We have a wonderful sailing on the pier. Traditionally it's a fishing village that is still surviving in the town. Historically we have wonderful forts, the old head of Kinsale Lighthouse, which has a magnificent 18-hole course, and that is just 7 miles from Kinsale, which can be visited when you base yourself in Kinsale.
In 2 ways, I'm happy it's over, in a way, but it's still a kind of, as I said in the beginning, I mean, time has gone so fast. I mean, I kind of miss it now in a way as well, There's a lot of people from Pieta House welcoming us and so on, which was great. It all added to it, and we did some booklet collections here as well.
I'd like to thank Johnny and his team again for cycling another year of the Wide Atlantic Way from Derry down to Cork. Last year, Pieta saw 9,000 people go through the service, which is a huge number, and that was on a national basis. We receive 80% of our funding from the public, which is why fundraisers such as Johnny's is very important, and it's absolutely vital to keep Pieta going.
We started out on the 17th of August in Derry from the Da Vinci Hotel and finished this afternoon here at Jim Edwards. As I said, it's our 3rd time doing this event. It is a fundraiser and to create awareness about the services of Pieta House. This time round we decided maybe we could raise a few bob along the way, along with of course creating awareness, and we set out a target of €5,000 in 2 weeks. And as I speak to you here this evening in Kinsale in County Cork, we're close on 8,000, and I'm sure before the week is out, the following week will be finished, we'll have €10,000, which is something we're very happy about. I'm also delighted here to be standing beside Councillor Joe Kavanagh, the Lord Mayor of Cork, and Lady Mayoress Stephanie Kavanagh as well. Thank you so much, Joe, for being here with us today.
I just want to pay tribute to Johnny and to Patrick and all their team and everybody involved in this wonderful event. I'm delighted and privileged to be invited along to beautiful Kinsale here this evening. And do you know, when Johnny told me that they spent 2 weeks cycling several thousand miles on a bike, I mean, I nearly pulled a hamstring. Actually, just having a conversation about that. So well done to Johnny and well done to Patrick. And I'm sure it wasn't just the 2 of them involved.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure there's a big team behind you. And in fairness to you, this is your 3rd year doing this for a wonderful cause of Pieta House. Mental illness and suicide awareness, and is a very topical subject and has been for quite a long time. And to have people like Johnny and have people like Patrick putting that wonderful cause to the fore and raising valuable funds and putting themselves and their health at risk by cycling the Wild Atlantic Way in what was probably the worst and most atrocious conditions in the last 2 weeks. If I had a hat, I'd take it off to you. So well done, well done. Congratulations. You should be very proud of yourself. And I, as Lord Mayor and the Lady Mayoress, we're so proud to be here this evening. You're very special people. And I'd like to thank Liam and his team here in Jim Edwards and Kinsale. This is an iconic restaurant. It's been here for many, many years, and it's wonderful that you're finishing this fantastic event in the real capital of Cork.
Love it.
So congratulations, Johnny, congratulations, Patrick, and thanks very much, Liam, and your team here in Jim Edwards for this wonderful, for facilitating this wonderful event and the finishing of this fantastic event. And I wish you many more years of success with this event.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
The Lord Mayor, and of course a little presentation here on behalf of our sponsor. Our sponsor for this event is Mr. Niall Murphy from Nova Vita. Without Niall, this event would not be possible. I just want to mention at this stage that all our accommodation and our meals are all sponsored. No money is taken out of the money we raise. That's one thing I've got to stress. Where we have cost is TV and so on, and this is where our sponsor Nova Vita come in. So I want to thank our main sponsor, which is Niall Murphy and Nova Vita. It's been a wonderful event. Like the Lord Mayor of Cork just said there, we have cycled this in atrocious weather conditions. I think we had 2 hurricanes, and I suppose some of the footage from when we could not even cycle, we had to get off our bikes and go into the van because we were putting our lives at risk and the lives of course, other people on the road. But anyways, thank you so much to everybody, all those people who put their hands into their pockets in these tough times, dug deep and donated to us. Hopefully we can get to 10,000, and you know, together, friends, my friends, we, believe it or not, we are making a difference. And if we save one life, just one life, I can promise you it's all worth it. So on behalf of the Lord Mayor here, which we're very thankful, and the Mayoress is of course Stephanie, Mr. Liam Edwards, Niall Murphy and Patrick McGowan, and myself, Johnny Oosten, it's good evening from outside Jim Edwards in Kinsale.
Johnny, you've been on the bike for 14 days. Like, it has definitely taken a toll. Tell me a little bit about how the body is feeling.
Well, it has taken a toll. I mean, for those people that don't know, 2 years ago I had my hip put in, and to say it was a success, maybe not, but I shouldn't be complaining about it. But I find myself, once you're cycling for about 3 hours, it's fine, but after that then the hip starts to give a little problem, where I take some medication then to get me through the rest of the day. But apart from that, we've been lucky. You know, we've been lucky. There'll be no sore backs, certainly that. Okay, you'll be feeling kind of sore in the morning when you wake up and the alarm goes off at 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and you look out the window and you say, God, is it going to lash today? Is the wind going to be in our face? And all that type of thing. But no, in fairness, just maybe from my hip was a little bit sore. I wouldn't be as fast as Patrick by any means on a bicycle because I'm a mountain climber, but it was about getting from A to a Z, and as we advertise this event, this is not a race of any kind, it's just about completing the complete Wild Atlantic Way Challenge. And while I'm here now, Caroline, in Kinsale with you, I've got to say thank you, and I mean that from my heart. Thank you to all the people who've been looking after us from day one, from the Da Vinci Hotel up in Derry to Jim Edwards here in Kinsale in County Cork.
And all the people in between.
Absolutely, all the hotels, all the B&Bs we stayed with, we met some lovely people, stories to be told in every one of them, all the people that cycled with us. Thank you so much indeed. To all the people who put their hands in their pocket in these tough times and made a donation, thank you as well. I mean, and of course, without our sponsor Nova Vita, this wouldn't be possible, and without the sponsorship from all the hotels and the B&Bs and the cafes we stopped in. So we're very, very thankful. And Caroline, again, I'm thanking you for your time and your professionalism.
Well, Johnny, it has been an absolute pleasure to follow you guys on this trip. And
until next year, maybe.
Until next year, hopefully we'll be back again.
The journey continues.
Thank you. So that's it from our Wild Atlantic Way Challenge. Thank you to Johnny, Pat and all that are involved in this fantastic event in aid of Pieta House. Until next year, see you then.